Hi everyone, welcome to my channel on this Wednesday, September 18th. I wanted to have I felt like having a gyro this evening, so went to Melrose House Pizza, got a gyro. It comes with a salad, and I opted for the healthier option of rice instead of fries. I also had a craving for Coke. I've just been having like iced tea, hot tea, and water, and of course milk. I even stopped buying that ocean spray. See what we got here. Oh yeah. I know it doesn't look like much now, but wait until I get the foil off. Okay, I gotta get a straw. Okay. Oh. Look at that monster. So without further ado, and I brought my little, say hello to my little friend. Looks like it's working. I wonder if the lights, if the heat of the warmth of the lights help. I was kind of surprised by the length of the legs. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna get caught again with anything in the corner of my mouth. Not that that was anything there, but better safe than sorry. Because I recall these dipping down to a very low level do that, it has to have clearance for that bulb. I don't think they used to make them smaller, but I just don't remember these legs being that long. And some rice. I actually went for a walk the other day, even though the arch of my right foot is not the same as my left. I can feel it's hard to describe. It's not. I always think about it because I can feel the tenderness. I guess that's a good way to describe it. But I thought it actually felt better after the walk. I know that online they show like exercises you can do for plantar fasciitis. If that's what it is, I never got it diagnosed. And I rode a bike. I know one minute I don't have energy. The next minute I've got like all this energy. I'm gonna call it and say it's official that for me, coffee's a no-go. I haven't had acid reflux. I'm having this as I speak. It's like 8:30. Oh no, 8:58. I think it's almost 9 o'clock. 8:30 maybe. Is it my imagination, or I'm not getting a lot of that tzatziki, whatever that sauce, the white yogurt sauce. so no acid reflux whatsoever. I know I did the experiment once before where I switched over to tea. That's the odd thing, I don't get it, because I've cut down on my tea. I was having sometimes I would have 4 or 5 cups of tea during the course of a day. I think I had 2 cups this morning, that was it. I don't think I ever had one of these as a kid. It's one of those toys that's been around forever. Or novelties. I wonder how many films this thing has been featured in. Like in the background or something. And I never really realized how the action worked. I don't recall. I thought it just dipped into water. But the water, a glass of water, has purpose. That this is sort of like a felt type of coating that absorbs water. And as this evaporates, it cools off. I think that's how it works. And if you put your hand on this bulb, the level rises up. So I think as the liquid gets pushed up, when it finally tilts, it gets cooled off. Plus, I think it lets air in that end, so the liquid goes down. Right now, it's a vacuum. Oh yeah, that's some more. Where does the cooling come in? So this end is cooler, and then this end, because it doesn't work unless this is wet, unless you get that wet. There is, I wonder where that is. Oh, it's right there. I've had this thing forever. When I was a kid, might have been like the first time I went to the Museum of Science. Watch me break it. The only thing I had to do was the paper came off the bottom here. Maybe I just re-glued it. Maybe that's all I did. Wow, it's got dust all over it, but it's working. Wow, that's flying. That reminds reminds me of oh yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Riddick, which was the first one where they go to the planet that yeah, the ship crashes on the planet, and they realize that there's creatures living underneath in the caves that will appear every, I don't know how many years, and it's due. They have that cart that they take with them, a solar cart, to pick up those they pick up the cells from the crashed ship to bring it to the transport that they find at the campsite, at the mining site. Man, I forgot about the time already. It's 19 minutes. I was itching to watch. I needed to watch something. So I go on Amazon. I got Amazon Prime. And I'm looking and I'm like, I see that the Day One Quiet Place is now for rent for $6. So I'm like, okay. But then I see something for free, and it's When Worlds Collide. And I'm looking at the thumbnail, or the image for that. And I'm like, I sort of remember it, and I'm like, oh, I know what that movie is. And I've seen it a couple of times. So I watch it, and it keeps my interest. It's just, it's this vivid Technicolor, and just the aesthetics. It's like the 50s atomic age aesthetic, and just the styles and the layout of the spaceship is pretty funny because they all have these all these movies from the 50s. They always have these metal lockers in the scenes of the control area, the control room. But then the end is just comical because when they land on the new planet, they go full cartoon mode. So when they come out of the ship and they go to look at the landscape, it's all cartoon. Brilliant color, Technicolor. The trees were like the color of the leaf here, the feather on this bird. But it's a great movie. It's a classic. Then I decided, well, I'm gonna watch Day One Quiet Place. At some parts I was fast forwarding. I don't know if they're still planning on continuing that. It's over for me. sort of had a salad with this tomato and shredded lettuce. Hold off on that for tomorrow with my meal. Wait a minute. What happened? Was it the way I put this down that it was spinning? Oh, maybe the table is at a little bit of an angle. Why was that spinning so quickly? I'm going to clean this off. Okay, so what happened? What happened to this? Not bright enough. I think that motion has more to do with me picking it up than actually working. Well, you know what time it is. They were out of baklava. I was kind of disappointed, but I like carrot cake. And the slices are getting thinner and thinner. Shaw's does not carry it. They used to have a frozen carrot cake too. They don't have it. I would have thought the lights were bright enough for that. What else was I gonna say? surprise video. I was thinking the other day, I wonder if he would have made, the last I checked, his video was like at 35 million views. And I was wondering if he would have made more money if he created videos, individual videos, that documented his weight loss as opposed to this one dramatic, sort of dark video. Which I kind of wonder now, is he just going to start eating again and gaining weight again? But you know what's funny? Is the YouTube ecosystem. So he makes this video showing his dramatic transformation, and whether you like him or hate him, you know, you watch the video, but then you have people that have commentary channels, and they all make, I'm watching people that did videos on him, on his weight loss, and the intro to that video, and you have people with 4, 5, 600,000 views, so they all made good money, whether they liked Nick Agato or not. And I don't know how many videos I saw of people commenting on that. So he made a lot of people a lot of money. Even his distractors. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. What is it called? Detractors. Then I thought about, what's he gonna do with all his Walmart t-shirts? They're all too big. It's hard to believe, but I was watching a video on Asmongold TV about that. I know I've heard of him before. I've heard of him from long ago. The guy's been around forever, but his name escapes me. It's a ninja, something like that. Anyways, I always know him as having green hair. But anyways, it got me thinking about Twitch and IRL streaming. What is that again? What is it called? Not internet, real life. Whatever. But then I started watching was on, I never thought about this. There was a guy talking about how, I'm like, what do you need to do a live stream? Not from the computer, but from a phone. And I know you needed a smartphone, but I didn't realize that technically it's very challenging, because even if you have a carrier like Verizon, you might be in areas that don't have good coverage, and your data rate is going to, you need to throttle down your computer, your smartphone, as far as resolution. Like, I think they said 720, because you're not, more likely you're not going to be able to the network isn't going to handle the data rate as you're moving around. I never gave that any thought. So you'll have, like, I guess the video will freeze or drop out, come back. So what they have is they have these, I forget one of the guy, he was one of the co-founders, or he's been around Twitch forever, and he's no longer with them, of course, but even way back 5 years ago, I was watching this video, and he put together this package of like a router and cellular modems, I think is that what it is. But then what you do is you have multiple, so you're paying for multiple service plans. So this piece of equipment combines all the data rates, manages everything, and makes sure that, because I end up going to Twitch and I'm watching these IRL streams, and there were people, I don't know if they were gamers, they had a pretty good number of people watching, like 32,000. And they just got into Tucson, Arizona, and they were in a car traveling on the highway, and the resolution was like really sharp, and it was like, you would get with a camera plugged into your PC, with your Ethernet, with Verizon Fios, So they must have something like that they're using. I forget what the prices were on that thing. What did I see for I can't recall what the price was. But now there's a lot of companies that provide the same equipment. There's a lot of competition, I get. I forget the name of some of the competitors, but one of them is that guy's name who worked for Twitch. Is the name of the company that makes one of those. It's like it all comes in a nice backpack or a pouch that you can put on your belt. But it's quite the investment. I was watching a promo video and they're saying it's like the same equipment network would use for their news coverage out in the field. Yeah, you have action camera. I was looking at action cameras too. And DJI is coming out with a new action camera on the 19th, is it? Tomorrow. Then you have that other one, Action 360 or something like that. I don't know, there's so many, you watch these tech channels and it's like, They're talking about the sensor size, how many pixels, the way and now they have AI chips that are able to, if your video isn't perfect, they're able to compensate. I guess when you have like a 360 camera, you have some, if you're not careful, if you move it too quickly, you'll get like a stitched line. However, all the images are put together to make a 360 world. If you don't do it right, you get a line. It's not just a point and shoot type of thing. Well, could spend the next hour just watching this guy. How's that for? I know. They still do that. They had live streams where people are just sleeping and people are watching. You can probably put a camera on it, open up a Twitch account, and just have this thing going. I wonder how many people would watch. So I guess I don't know. It doesn't cost anything to start a Twitch account. Oh, one last thing. So, one of my ideas for an ASMR, I think my dad bought this and it's been in the cellar forever. And I think it's I got a model here. Revel model. F-18C Hornet. How's that? I haven't put a model together. I ordered the glue and some like tools for filing off when you break the pieces off the whatever they call that, the skeleton or something. I don't know what they call that. I know there's a name for the stuff that's left over that all the pieces are attached to. But they have these on eBay unopened, like anywhere from $20 to $36. And it's like, that's something when I was a kid, that wasn't a thing. To save something as an investment for future, you got a toy, you played with it until you destroyed it. I know that Saturday Night Live did a skit once where it's on like some Star Wars anniversary toys release, and the dads are there with their kids, and they got these toys, but then it ends up that they're like, oh, these are great toys, but not to play with. So they don't let the kids play with them, and they end up just keeping them in a case to admire and look at and not actually play with. Which defeats the whole purpose of calling it a toy. Yeah, so I remember we used to take models, put them together, put effort into them. I don't know if I was really big into painting them, and then set them on fire or blow them up with firecrackers. Alright, everyone. So thanks for stopping by and watching another one of my videos. That was a nice gyro Tomorrow's House of Pizza on this Wednesday, September 11th. Starting tomorrow, we're going to get off and on showers for like 3 days, and the temperatures are going to start dipping into the 50s, and I think maybe Friday and Saturday could even get down to like 48 degrees or something. So there's always that warm up that can happen in October. But everyone's back in school now too, so summer's over. So thanks for your continued support and your comments. Thanks to all my PayPal contributors. Appreciate that. Thanks for using the Amazon affiliate link in the description to make any of your Amazon purchases. Really appreciate that. Easy way to help support the channel at no expense to you, no cost to you. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, and until next video, bye. Thanks for watching. I thought that was going to be enough light to get that moving. Hopefully there's still a vacuum in there. Should be.